Hello. Oh, hi everyone. Happy Thursday, or
Going.
shall we say, happy final show. This is going to
Mm-hmm.
be it. I'm sure many of you saw with the last comments or post or whatnot from it. We had decided that it'd be best to end the show. I know the holiday season's coming up, so it's going to be kind of tough for us as a whole. And it's just the two of us. So, it might be just best just to give a good send off and just kind of just show our appreciation for everyone who's watched or followed, and just maybe talk about what we've been up to or how the show has meant to us. Um, and then I guess maybe what we want to do in the future. I don't know. I kind of had like some
That'd be
stuff I
good.
want to talk about for that. But
Yeah,
yeah, Ams, you had some stuff you wanted to share if you wanted
sure.
to show all that stuff.
Usually we do our like little what was it, like weekly recap? Because I guess this will be
Yeah.
a monthly recap. So
Yeah, a couple weeks
been
recap,
a
I guess.
while.
That's all. Mm-hmm.
And I finally finished the massive blanket. Here you go.
Yeah. Switch it
This isn't
over.
even the full size. This is just.
Switchy. There you go.
This is just a part of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Massive,
definitely.
massive, massive. I mean, the designs are so pretty, and I love the 3D detail of all of that. It just came out so nice,
Thank you. Yeah,
and
I worked.
I assume it's nice and like comfy, cozy, and thick.
Yeah, it's made out of wool. It's
Oh,
100% wool, and yeah, it's warm. It's heavy. It took me 8 months of my life. So it is just this massive, beautiful thing. So yeah, I finished that. I have it folded up, so it's like the size of a twin size bed. So it's
okay.
huge. But yeah, I finally finished this thing, and I'm so happy to finally be done, so I can move on to other commissions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made this for myself. It's on the chair here. Hang on. I'm trying to show it in a proper way. This big, lovely cardigan. Look at this thing.
Ooh,
Look how big it is.
it's like a lot of the same colors of that Doctor Who like
Yeah.
thread.
I wanted to use like some of that as scrap yarn because I had
Mm-hmm.
some of it left over. And I
Okay.
bought a lot more at the store. And
Okay.
it's kind of like super fall inspired, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's like super cozy. It's like almost like wearing a blanket, which is really
Mm-hmm.
nice. So, and thank you guys, Wayne and Eric. Um, thank you for complimenting my work. And yeah, I'm sorry to see us go to. So,
Yes.
but I guess it happens. Life got in the way too much, and people went off to do other things. So, yeah.
Well, if it
Um,
happens, life happens. But I think we had a pretty good run for what it was. I thought we had like a lot of really good episodes of stuff. But we'll get into that in a second. Do you have anything else to share?
yeah, I think you should go ahead and talk about it. Talk about how you've been.
I've been fine for the most part. A lot of stress of type nature. Some I won't get into. But since we had last met, there was New York Comic Con, so I had a whole lot of fun with New York Comic Con. One of the things I haven't really talked about, but I had started. Gore has been collecting a lot of the He-Man, Masters of the Universe toys and stuff of that nature. So he's made me watch a lot of stuff, and I did watch it a bit growing up. And of course, there's all the memes and all that type of stuff too. But I've really like had fallen in love with Orko. And so I started a mini like Orko collection. Some of it is kind of from New York Comic Con, but like I'm just gonna show. So I have like this figurine. So I've gone full blown. So let me
I
make
love
myself big.
it.
So I got this figurine. It was like my first like real figurine, and then I hunted down two like little baby ones of him. So yeah,
Oh, that's
but
cute.
I'll save this one. So then when I was at Comic Con, um, there was the Geeky Tikis. So I ended up I was like, there's an Orko Geeky Tiki. I was like, oh my god, I have to buy that. And it's really really pretty, like a nice bright red. And I'm gonna pull it out real quick. I should have had this already out. I just didn't want to break it because the cats are around. There we go. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's really cute.
No.
I showed that on my Instagram. But yeah, it's so cute. So I want to put it up on the whole display. I just love that how well that actually came out. I mean, because I couldn't really see it. They just had it and there was just like one in like the back. And also like, is that what I think it is? I was like, please give that to me now. Thank you.
Have you
But
seen both new shows, Revelations, and also the new kid show?
the Revelations, yes. And then I guess there was a new trailer that came out for that one, which looks interesting. So I definitely excited to watch that. The kids one, Gore has had me try to watching. I think we've watched like 2 or 3 episodes. It's just so hard because it's just like, I don't know. He told me he finished watching it and that I would really like the whole Orko scene when it comes in.
Yes.
But I like something about it. It's just like I just can't stand the characters. They drive me up the wall a bit, and even the villains aren't really that much of a draw, which is usually my big thing, as you know, my Slytherin style. So that's the only reason why it's hard for me, but I'm sure I'm gonna end up having to watch it because he makes me slowly watch all that stuff. But yeah, but my last piece that I have, I did order the Funko also of Orko, so I'm waiting for that to come in. That's how crazy I've gotten. But my big piece is that because I was at Comic Con, I was just walking by, just like looking for like random stuff, and I guess the illustrator for, or one of the illustrators for Masters of the Universe, he also did like Scooby Doo and stuff of that nature. Tom Cook. So I asked him if he had any Orko stuff, and he's all, I already sold all my Orko. I have this one of like all of them. And I was like, well, I really only want Orko. But I said, do you do commissions? And he said, yeah. So he drew me an Orko.
Oh my god!
And I asked, I said, hey, can I get him with sorry, the glare from the screen. But I was like, can I get him with like some magic, like a little magic thing? So he threw a little magic, and he just loved the cute little pose that he has. It's like so adorable. It's like, oh my god, he's so cute. I was like, I'm like in love. Unfortunately, I didn't have tickets to pick it up the second day, but Melissa did. So I begged her. I said, please, can you just come back and pick it up? And I guess he was in the middle of finishing it. So she got a couple videos of him coloring it in a little bit and then also signing it as well. So it's definitely one of my favorite things that I got there. Although, yes, it's a new collection for me. But the fact that I was able to get something like that and have it, and he was just a really sweet guy, so I really appreciate it. He's like, yeah, Orko doesn't really get a whole lot of love, so he just is happy that he gets some love here and there.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That's
so yeah
cool.
but yeah, outside of that, nothing any too crazy. Usual stuff has been fine otherwise, but yeah, I just want to share my little, that's probably one of my favorite new collections that I've gotten, is all my little Orcos. So but yeah. But yeah, anywho, did you, for talk about the show, kind of like some memories and things of that nature, did you have a favorite episode that we did?
Oh man, they all like blend together for me. Me and time don't really like, well, timekeeping. We don't really go together well. I guess like any of the episodes where we were like dying laughing. And no, just having fun. Like that was like one of my favorite ones. Just like shooting the shit and talking about ourselves and connecting. I think it was like the most fun of it. Also learned how to like put myself in front of a camera and a live audience, kind of, and not be so like nervous or fidgety or whatnot like that. So that helped me a bit. And I'll take that with me definitely. So I've been thinking about doing live streaming, like for knit, crochet, art, who knows. And I'm like, I can take that with me to like, I don't know, YouTube or Twitch maybe. But Twitch is going to be like, that's a dedication right there.
It is a dedication. Definitely what I find with Twitch is they definitely, because I've talked about it before, one of my coworkers who does a Twitch stream, that the consistency doesn't really play for keeping your fan base. Like you got to have the same schedule every single week, because that's how you get the followers, because they tend to have like a schedule as well. And so kind of following down that path, and also your niche of what you're doing versus your time frame can also play a part of it as well. So kind of keeping all that is
and I'm
important.
Sure I could get there, but it's just like developing that consistency and really having like, okay, what am I going to do consistently? So that's the real thing. I can't just like hop in, hop out, and go, yeah, I'm just going to do this day or whatever. So, but yeah, I could definitely take what we learned here and take that with me to help further my craft. I'm on TikTok, so there you go. I have my process videos for Inktober already up there, and then I'm gonna put more stuff on there too. So it's really, really interesting. I'm learning a lot too. Like it's taking me way more time than I thought it would. I'm like trying to do 2 a day.
Yeah,
no, it's not possible.
I would agree, with some of that, because I did all the, I stopped because it's, we weren't super active or doing a whole lot of stuff, but I was doing all the social media for the show with the Instagram and things of that nature and creating. And it does take time because you want to find the background and editing and try to go back and rewatch the show and see what you guys had talked about to be able to pull up and try to keep that schedule as kind of reminders and gaining that type of stuff. So I definitely would say that consistency will probably also helps as well. I mean, I've talked about like I will hope that at some point when everything gets situated to do like the streaming of doing art and painting and things of that nature, just following through with the Bob Ross stuff, and I think I would really enjoy that personally. One of the things that I kind of thought of with Gort and I were having breakfast this morning, and we were just talking in general. Ended up talking about the education system. Won't get into the details of that, but the big quick about it was just classes and what classes are helpful or what we learned from classes and what we felt like we really didn't take with us. Like we understand there's certain things that go with it, but we ended up on the topic of literature in particular. And like, I said I wanted to do just grammar because I was just bad at grammar. When I started college, I had to, take those entry level exams and I had to start a grammar and that, just to be able to go from there, which was really embarrassing at, 18 years old and you're being told that you can't do shit. And it's
when I got into college, I had to retake like elementary algebra, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, at least it was algebra, but I guess or math or whatnot. But yeah, right. So just knowing that, like, had I had that type of education, I think that would have been more useful for me. Versus reading all these random novels and things of that nature. And what we came up with a discussion, I kind of thought it would probably be an interesting podcast or at least like show or something. We had talked about movies versus books and their adaptations and what that is and like what things are missing and how that can correlate or how can I impact the difference in experiences. And I was specifically drawing on Harry Potter as a big one because we're like talking about various books and like what book can we replace like Lord of the Flies with or Grapes of Wrath or Great Gatsby. And I was like, the books that I had read were some of those. And then we also had to do Dante's Inferno and all these other crazy ones. It's like, what do we really need to read those style? Because it was reading comprehension, I guess, in a sense, but I'm going to be honest. I didn't read like any book. And if we had a quiz, it just was like, I did enough to get by. I had some friends that helped me out a bit to kind of get through it in a sense. Well, I would like for one of the books was like you had to read chapters and then there would be quizzes. And luckily, like some people will be like that had a class before. It's like, oh yeah, there's a quiz, like pop-up quiz and stuff like that. And then I'll go over to my one friend. I'll be like, hey, what was the chapters on the books though? Can you just like give me like a quick overview of what was in those chapters? And then I'll try my best guess on what the answers are from it. I'll kind of just try to see. And if you get because sometimes they give you like partial credit and things of that nature from it.
Yeah.
I always did horrible on any of those things. I was fine if I could do my own book report. But yeah, so I said, I think that Harry Potter actually would be a really good series to do because kids would know it, but they can read it and give the comprehension for because there is a lot of stuff. And as the books evolve, they also get older and the concept as well. And you can talk about those things. And I was thinking, well, that I think would be interesting to me to actually have the conversation about. And plus, there's a lot of people who are fans of Harry Potter. And I think that would be kind of an interesting thing to do. So we'll see if I ever put it into works. But that's something I would like to kind of do. I don't know.
That would be fun. Yeah. The bookie related podcast. I think that'd be neat to do. Really like cultivate an atmosphere too. Mm-hmm. And, like, bounce off somebody. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, I would. It kind of sense. I mean, I would definitely start with Harry Potter, and I would really go like ham. So like not one episode would be like each book. It would like literally be probably like so many because a lot of the books, especially as you're getting into the later ones, they're just so in depth. Like I could probably do it for like lots of episodes and whatnot from it. So
different facets that you could like pull from too, like not only the book versus the movie, or movies, but also like why they made those changes and why they didn't include that. Like certain like trivia you could even do like J.K. Rowling, blah 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 blah. and such like that. Like that type of stuff I find super interesting. I'm like, oh wow, really? Ooh, okay.
Yeah, like one
Um,
of the ones that I had talked about is one of my favorite characters that completely got omitted from the entire series is Peeves the Poltergeist. I love him. He was casted, and there was a person who was going to play him, who was just
mm,
I can't think of his name. I think his name is Rick, but he plays Drop Dead Fred in the movies. But he wish would have been a perfect person to play Peeves. But that was a character. Yeah, I see why he cut him out, but
mm,
I would go into like discussion with him because I do really enjoy him as character, and there was a lot of really good stuff with him. But I also need to reread it. It's been a good
yeah.
decade since I've actually read Harry Potter. I watch Harry
Mhm.
Potter um a lot, and also at work because we have TV, so we like put all that on the background because it's
Yeah.
kid friendly stuff when you're with customers.
Mm.
But yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, it's fine. I'm just thinking a lot of different thoughts. Uh wow. Oh no, we just crashed and burned. I'm sorry.
It's no problem.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
okay, you go ahead.
Sorry. Don't know why. I need to finish watching the movies is what I was gonna say. Like I think I
Okay.
just need to download the audiobooks just so I can like listen to them while I'm working. Because
Mm-hmm.
I have this problem with reading where I reread things and I still don't
Mm-hmm.
absorb the information. So unless I'm
Okay.
like 110% interested in it. So in order to get there, I think I just need to like go to the public library and just like, okay, give me the audiobooks and then I will find a way to find the movies. I'll
Mm-hmm.
finally finish this freaking series. Oh my god. And I can go to Fantastic Beasts too. So I haven't like
Yeah.
seen anything of that because I'm just like, well, I haven't seen the entire Harry Potter franchise or series rather. So it wouldn't
What
be
book
fair.
what movie did you get up to with the Harry Potters?
Half no. What was the one after the Goblet of Fire?
That would be Order of the Phoenix.
That's the one I saw. That
Okay, with
movie I've gotten
Umbridge.
onto. That's it.
Okay. That's my
Yeah.
favorite book, and it's definitely become my favorite movie as well. At first I didn't care for the movie because there was so much that was taken out of it, and so it just made me really
Mhm.
upset. But rewatching it as an older, it's I still even then it is my favorite movie. For the longest time I thought my favorite movie was Half Blood Prince, but
Mhm.
rewatching it and just really falling in love with Umbridge. I love to hate her. She's one of my top 9 characters.
Oh man.
Which is, and a lot of people love to hate her too. But yeah,
Okay.
that's a big one for me. But yeah,
I just plain
Order of
hate
the
her.
Phoenix is
Like
good.
I just absolutely detest her. Like she reminds me of the other people I've come to hate in my life. I'm just like, no, no.
Which is, she's actually probably one of the most hated characters in the
Mhm.
entire series, more so than Voldemort, who's committed a lot more atrocities for
But he's
the
textbook
human race.
villain. He's
Yeah,
like, well, he's the big baddie. No, Umbridge is just like an absolute cold-hearted bitch who happens to be a teacher. So
yeah,
and uses
tortures
that to like,
children,
yeah, exactly.
and she's a Slytherin that's just that you wouldn't see from looks. Say, oh yeah, that's a Slytherin. You just have to get to
She's
know her.
the epitome of a sheep in wolf's clothing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
no, a wolf in. Huh?
Yeah, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. I know what you mean. I didn't catch it either when you first said it. Yeah.
Oh my god. You know that one. Um,
Mm.
oh dear God, it's probably not helpful because my mom, she was all like, "Oh my God, I want to make like hot toddies this holiday season." I'm just like, "Okay, cool." So we went to
Mm-hmm.
the liquor store and also got like apple cider. So my
Okay.
mom, holy crap, I swear, like I think that my tolerance is pretty good. No, this woman's like, because she got you know Stolichnaya Russian vodka, that's salty
Okay.
caramel flavored. So that stuff
Okay.
is 75 proof. And I'm just like,
Okay.
okay, wow, mom. And then like what Applejack,
Okay.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I've
So
seen
you
those.
got
It comes in a little green bottle, like a little
yeah,
circle thing. Yeah.
that's really good. Yeah.
It does it
So
taste good? I've always like seen it on the shelf. Okay.
oh yeah,
Maybe
it
I'll
tastes
buy it
good.
next time.
'Cause what I did is that I did apple cider
Mm-hmm.
with the salted caramel vodka and the Applejack mixed together.
Okay.
It tastes really good. And
Okay.
I'm having that, and I'm just like, yeah, it should be fine. Just one shot each should be okay. But try to keep in mind this vodka is like super fucking strong.
Yeah.
So I'm only having like a mug of it.
Oh,
So
nice.
It's probably it. It's probably I'm not like I'm buzzed, but that's it. So maybe to some
No
like
worries.
hiccups.
No
So
worries. One of the things, this is on alcohol real quick. One of the things I have been drinking a lot, and I will blame Chilled Chaos for it because he drinks them and I kept seeing him drink them. And I was like, it's the Trulies. And I drink the Trulies. Yes, I've fallen into the fad. I don't really drink any of the other hard seltzers. And it's specifically the same one that he drinks. But yes, I have tried the other flavors too, and they just aren't as good. And so he is actually correct. The lemonade ones are the best of the Trulies.
Ooh, that sounds
The
good.
other ones are just not good. Not as good. I've had the hard seltzers as well. There's one I think called Loverboy. That one was pretty tasty. For the most part, it's so expensive for how much you get, so I don't really like to buy that one. Well, Truly is like, the cheaper, but you get a fair amount, but it's not cheap, but it's enough for like a good time. But yeah, I don't blame you on that one. When you're talking about hot toddies, that reminds me of this other streamer that I used to follow. Well, I do follow him, Ryan Day. He just hasn't streamed in months, which is Felicia Day's brother. And he used to have the Dram Cam. I think I've talked about him in the past, but he used to do the Dram Cam. So he does, which is his drinks that he makes for the evening. And then he'll pull in, like, I'm having this, and it'll be like this fancy whiskey and this fancy whatever mixing stuff. And he just likes to buy fancy alcohol. And then halfway through the stream, he's like, okay, it's hot toddy time. That's what so he's like, hot toddy, let's make some hot toddies now. And he just goes and he makes a hot toddy. It's like, so today's hot toddy is this, that, and the other. And then it was probably some of the best streams from it because he's just really funny. Because he's not really like a gamer. That was the thing with Felicia Day, is that they didn't grow up with any kind of games, arcade, or like any of that type of stuff. So they were playing it as adults. So it's kind of fun to see him do that stuff.
That reminds me, because I've been actually I love Nintendo Switch Online. I really do, because they have like a lot of good games from NES and SNES, and I think they put out N64. But I've been like going through all the SNES games, and I swear it's so fun. Oh my god, I finally got into Super Metroid.
Okay.
Wow, that's super fun.
Okay.
Why did I not play it sooner? Oh my god. And like just like earlier today, I was playing A Link to the Past for Legend of Zelda. Wow, it's so fun. Oh my god. And I'm like learning, I'm like trying to like teach myself the retro way of gaming, because it's just like D-pad and buttons, but it's like specific techniques and tricks in order to like advance you and like help you out. So I'm just like, oh my god, like you should have seen this. I was on this worm boss for like, I want to say an hour or more. Like, I kept on dying. I kept on falling. It was just like, I was like, I'm not giving up. I'm not. I also like thought back to myself. I'm like, if I was playing this as a kid, I would come back to this game.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, and quit and be done for years. It's so fun. Oh my god, there's so many good games on there. I'm just like, I'm gonna go back on it once we're done. Like, I'm seriously.
Yeah, go play, have fun.
Yeah,
I think that's so what it is good. One of the ones that I want to play more. I've done it on the phone because they do have it as a phone game. Is like Sonic the Hedgehog, specifically 2, is the one that I really played a lot as a kid. I did play some of 1. But 2 is the memorable one from it. But I liked that game and playing it because, you play it, you start over, and it's going through the challenges over again. I wasn't so much of an adventure out one, although now I play a fair amount of them. But I was always just more like it would be considered like an arcade version. I was like that because I did like the Street Fighter, I did the Mario, all that other type of stuff. So I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's super fun to go back to. I wish I had Nintendo as a kid, but we were just Genesis and then Sony.
So. Yep. We had the Genesis was the first game console that I had. So of course I had the Street Fighter and Sonic, I think, were the 2 games that we had. I don't know if Mortal Kombat was on there. I feel like it was too. So I think we had Mortal Kombat. The parents didn't know how violent it was. Because I feel like I played that. But I know we mostly stuck with Street Fighter because that's where I fell in love with Cammy. That was my girl. I know everyone likes Chun-Li, but Cammy is the one that I like the most because I liked her spinny leg trick.
Oh yeah, her braid like going through the air. Cool. Although I am kind of a fan of Chun-Li, just like Her thighs are so massive. Oh my god.
I know. She's like the it girl from it, which was cool. She did have a lot of moves, but I don't know. That one just didn't draw so much to me as
Yeah.
Cammy as a whole,
Mhm.
which was kind of cool because I remember and I did love it. I think I watched it a couple years ago, but the movie that had come out, it's all like, yeah, it's pretty crappy watching it again, but I still love it. I still do. I can't
That's all
help
that
it.
matters.
Yeah. Yeah. I also love the first Mortal Kombat movie too. That's also an
I don't
amazing
know if I
movie.
saw that one. But that's Max. I'm not sure if I saw that one. Well,
Mhm.
speaking of movies, because usually every October, Max and I like go through a list of like Halloween movies we want to watch,
Mhm. Mhm.
and we just oh my god, I was so concerned because we just watched John Carpenter's The Thing, but with
Okay.
my sister. And my sister is 16, so it's like we're not sure.
Yeah.
We think she'd enjoy it, but we're not sure if it might scar her for life. So
Well, she's 16. That's not too terribly
yeah.
young.
Yeah, so she ended up liking it, which was good.
That's
But yeah, it's
good.
like one of my favorite horror movies too. Like, yeah, going back to your podcast idea because I learned all the practical effects that they use in that movie is just so amazing. It looks so
Mhm.
good, even with the
Mhm.
you know how like in the beginning, the light reveals the thing, like the
Okay.
title.
Uh-huh.
It was so simple how they did it. They just took like what was it like I don't know if it was a board or something that had the title etched on it
Okay.
and they put plastic behind it with like all the lighting and whatnot, and they burned the plastic so it just like slowly revealed the title. And I'm just like, oh
Huh.
my god, that's so cool. That doesn't look like that at all. Wow. It was so freaking amazing.
I
Like I have
will
so much
admit,
respect for it.
I haven't actually seen the movie. I'm not really into horror movies myself for a
Well, that's
lot of
okay.
them. But I know of a lot of the special effects. I do also know how it ends
Mhm.
as well because it's on those Watch Mojos and all that type of stuff. So I know a fair
Mhm.
amount of it from it. I don't know. It's scared like that type of stuff always like scares me a little bit because it's a little too realistic in the thought
Yeah,
process with me.
it's haunting, honestly.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you want
That's
to
what
avoid it, that's okay.
Yeah, that's why I think with horror movies it's a little bit too much for me. Although sometimes I do watch some of them, but I think for me it always because it's like then I imagine like it's real. It's like if I'm going through it and I'll be like, no, I don't want an
Thanks.
alien to pop out of me, and I don't want like another one that always gets me. Oh god, it's the Saw series. That one is one that gets me. I remember one of them I want to say it's either 2 or 3. Someone falls into a vat full of needles, like syringes. And like that,
Oh
like
my
in
god.
my head is just
Oh,
like one of my like worst nightmares. Just the thought of like you have to crawl through and you're just getting pricked by needles. It's like,
oh,
oh
thanks.
God,
Ugh.
no.
Ugh.
No.
Oh dear
Yeah.
God.
So it's like and those I think would be considered like extreme horror from it. So but it's like, no, I guess just the thought of it just makes me gross.
It's
It's just
like
gross
body
out.
horror to a T. Like,
Yes, correct,
yeah.
correct.
I think it's cool, and it also like gives me that sort of like that chill reaction. But
Mm-hmm.
that's it. So like when it comes to, like actually scary, I think I try to avoid like the more not paranormal activity ones, but I'm
Okay.
trying to describe it
I've
because
seen
I
some of
know.
those.
Mhm. Well, I mean, the movie Paranormal Activity I've seen,
Yeah.
but no, it was just like no. What movie really scared me was not only Ju-on, the Japanese Grudge,
Okay.
um, the first one. Oh my god, that was so terrifying. And then oh, I just had it in my mind. Insidious. There you go. So
Okay.
those are like other world and these creepy ghosts that are just like
Mm-hmm.
like sticking in your shadow and such. And woo!
Mm-hmm.
So like I just that stuff gets me. Like the body horrors, like okay, this is not real, but it's kind of it is disgusting, but it's not real. So I can watch it and be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That other stuff, I'm just like looking behind my shoulder, like, do I see something in the corner of my eye? I don't know. If I do, I'm not gonna look back. So I am that person that like darts to my room after I turn off the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Like demons behind me, stay away. I am that person. So, but yeah, it's been fun. Um, And speaking of like cringy too, one of my favorite Halloween movies is Halloween Town from Disney Channel. Do you remember those?
Which one? The Halloween
Halloween
Town?
Town.
Yeah, they have them up again on Disney Plus. But one of the
Mhm.
people for Halloween Town that seems to come up on my feed is the girl. What's her name? Whatever
Yeah,
Brown.
I forgot her name. Yeah.
But she ended up marrying her co-star from like one of the older movies.
Which one? Which guy?
I guess
What
her
person?
rival love interest person. Like they didn't date when they were younger, but somehow they met up again years later and they were like, "Oh, hey, actually you're a pretty cool person. I actually like you." And then ended up getting married from it.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
So
That's
yeah, definitely check it
awesome.
out. She has a TikTok and he's on it some of the
Mhm.
times
Okay, I'll
from
check
it.
out her TikTok. I do follow her because I saw her and I was just like, oh my
Yep.
god, hi. So,
Yeah. No, no, her husband is I think it's from the high school series, the high school one. She went to Halloween Town High or whatever they called it. I
oh,
think
okay.
it's like her warlock love interest, this villain or
Oh,
like evil
him!
or
Oh
something like
my
that.
god,
Yeah,
him! I had no
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Wow.
Like I remember she talked about it, and I think she said it's like, yeah, they didn't like they were whatever, but they didn't quite get along or whatnot from it. But yeah, I was like, that's cute that they
That's
met up, and
awesome.
now this like a fan like, yeah, they actually got together and married on all that type
That's
of stuff.
fantastic. I love
Yeah.
that.
And I appreciate that she also too is leaning into the what made her famous or like her well-known thing, which is
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, I love that. Yeah, she still has like some of her old props from the movies too.
Mhm.
Like she has like one of the old witches hats, and I was like, no,
Mhm.
no.
I think they just
Awesome.
did the TikTok I saw, I think it's one of the costumes that they wore on set or something like that, and they put it back on as one of those TikTok trends of like, this is me, when you look at yourself down, then like back in the day, the that one. I think it's like one of those type of things or whatnot.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so fantastic.
There's so many trends and stuff. It's hard to keep track of all of them sometimes.
Oh, I know. Oh my god, there are like so many different things. Like the rabbit holes I go down. I go down because I'm like trying to like find specific music for the Inktober I'm doing.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Like if you go down like the horror rabbit hole or like
Mhm.
I was doing like something Cthulhu themed
Yeah.
and just seeing like all these people like with the conspiracy theories and whatnot, I'm just like, oh dear
Mhm.
God, no.
Oh yeah, when I
They're
get
fun.
in yeah, when I
But
get into some of those, there's some of those people's like, my girl so and so. Let me tell you about her, and it's like 20 million things of like everything. I remember there was this one lady I had found, and she was going on all about. I think it was in relation to Princess Diana and Prince Charles and all that one. I was like, well, I'm hooked, and I just start
mm,
watching. I was like, I don't know if it's all real or fake, because I take it all with a grain of salt, but I still like it even if it's drama. And I'm just watching it. I that's where I really can get down like a vicious rabbit hole. Is that one?
mhm. That's fantastic.
Some of my more recent ones that I found that I like are some of the people who are, how to say it? I guess they consider themselves non-binary. They never really say, but they're usually like they talk about going mask and then going feminine. Like they actually go both styles. Like some days I feel like this is something like that. So I just find it really interesting to see their perspective on it. And like some days I want to be dressed up hyper feminine, and some days I want to be dressed up hyper masculine. It's just kind of interesting to see what people do in contrast for them. I don't know. I find them very interesting to watch. So I do like
Oh, I
watching.
know. And they like confuse and amaze me at the same time. Like some of the
Mm-hmm.
androgynous people I see, they do like a lot of like costume stuff too, and I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
what are you? Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, I don't know what to think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like
They go
so
good for
they're
both.
like so good at what they do. Like there's this one person called I think TT Brett,
Okay.
and I think they are biologically woman, female,
Okay.
but I
I
swear they
learned
have some
it's assigned female at birth. I guess that's the term they like to use. Assigned
cis
female.
then,
Yeah, AFAB.
cisgendered. Um, but they like what drew me to their page was like they had all these super like masculine looks. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, oh my god, you look hot. What? But there's like something else there that's not quite like man. So I'm just like, I'm so intrigued and confused. Oh my god, I
Mhm.
love it though. What? So I ended up following them on TikTok and Instagram,
Okay.
and they're just like fantastic. Like wow. And then, I don't go back to the page that much anymore because I'm just like I don't need to thirst trap or
Okay.
simp rather. So so I can just leave that be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, it's just fantastic. Like what people do online, it's just oh my god, so many talented people, and then I come back to myself, and I'm just like, well, what am I doing?
Yeah, so I need the motivation to be able to do this, that, and the other. You're just like, oh, sigh.
Right. That's
I
fine.
think that's the difference in
Mhm.
well, I mean, you and I have a big generational gap between the two of us, but I think
Yeah,
that's what it is. The younger generation, they just have it. That is the thing to do, and so then they're so motivated to continue on with it and find a way and a niche with it, and which is it's good because they're taking advantage of what technology brings, I
yeah,
guess.
that's good. Um, I was gonna say I just like now I just take that voice that's doubting me constantly and just push it to the side and go, yeah, I'm just gonna do
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and if it succeeds, good. If it doesn't, all right, at least I know. So,
Yes, exactly.
like that's the only way to get past it. It's just like for me, it's like I guess I am that person that needs to be thrown into it. I can't just
Okay.
like ease myself into it. I just need to just do it
Mm-hmm.
and then figure it out on the way. Or just like, oh, okay, I messed up on this, then I'll like, make sure I don't do that in the future. I
Mm-hmm.
can't just slowly go into it because like I will give myself an opportunity to procrastinate and to not
Yep.
actually do the thing. So I need to be I'm all or nothing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel you
So,
on that. I tend to
yeah.
get really obsessive with whatever it is, and then I fall out of it. I think that's seen as a sign of a ADHD in women.
Oh my god, and
Is
that's
that
so
hyper?
prolific on TikTok too. Oh my goodness, I swear I have
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I relate to this so much. But
Yeah.
um like my husband has ADHD. I don't know about me.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like I do. I
Mm-hmm.
probably don't. I'm not sure. Um so I
But
can't
yeah,
make this.
I know that everything that could be like a lot of signs of something or that nature, but of course also it could affect the genders a little bit differently on that as well, just because of how we grew up and process things.
Yeah.
We're more likely to be in our head about stuff, and so of course take it a different way than
Oh yeah.
the opposite gender.
I don't want to talk to people, especially if like certain things happen to me. Like I'm just like, or like if I'm upset, like I just like I retreat. I don't talk to
Mm-hmm.
people about it. I'm just like I need time to process, and
Mm-hmm.
then I will talk. So
Yeah.
maybe that's just how I am. So where are we going? I went off track.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, I kind of figured this episode might be short, so sorry, guys, for showing
Yeah,
up or whatnot from it. We won't probably take up a whole lot of your time since we don't have a whole
but
lot to talk
follow
about.
us because we might do other stuff in the future, or at least like
Yeah.
individually. Because I
Yeah,
know that
from
I
it.
have my TikTok under
Mm-hmm.
A Mullen Zero. So if you want to find me, I should. Well, I need to change it to make it designs at some point, but I will.
Sounds would
I'll
be good.
cross the
Yeah.
bridge when I get to it. So yeah, um, but you can follow me on there. I also have all my other social media. You can go back to our previous podcast and find our title cards at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
shows and whatnot. So definitely follow us and see what else we're doing in the future. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not quite the end. So
Yeah, yeah. It's
I
not
don't
like
think
we're
so.
disappearing like in that end, but just the show itself. It is what it is.
I might disappear for a little bit because I got commissions to do, but like at least
Oh yeah.
count on me next year at least. So, I got shit to do, man. I'm gonna be like nose deep in yarn, just like getting all this shit out, man. So
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and
it's
then I'll
good.
be
It's good.
like in my computer too, because I have like so many different things I want to do. I don't think I'll be able to fulfill my resolution and open my shop this year, but that's fine. I'll try and do that next year and just
Mm-hmm.
really figure out what I want to do. So yeah,
Yeah, have certain pieces or something of that nature.
yeah, exactly. And
I
oh, go ahead.
Oh no. Go ahead. I don't even know what I was about to say.
Um, well, I also have my own website now, so but I still need to work on that and finally publish it. I thought I published it, and I was just like, My husband couldn't access it. He's like, "Are you sure you published it?" I'm like, "Yes." I hit the publish button, but I guess that didn't actually go live. Okay, great. So
Yeah.
I
Might need some refresh or something of that nature. Yeah,
right.
you can come across snafus.
Yeah,
One of
yeah.
the other little tidbits, I guess we could kind of. I don't know if we ever talked about it in the pod show. I did talk about it on the my episode of the Force Sensitive, but I don't know if you remember this from the beginning. Our original name that we wanted. Do you remember what it used to be?
It was the better half, wasn't it?
Nope.
No, what was it?
It was more than a side piece.
More than the side piece?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was our the original name that we wanted to go with, for more than a side piece. Just because I don't know how much detail I went to it, but it was because the toys, because we weren't sure if it was like what's, because you know how the boys do the what's in the box type thing, so they're always
Oh, right.
excited. They're always
Mhm.
excited about their new toys and new type of stuff, and that the first love is the toy in that nature. So then we are the side piece to the toys and the love and the fandom in that sense. And so
Yeah.
then that's where then it's more than the side piece, plus the word side piece being fun. But the reason why we couldn't get the name, and I don't know if you remember this either from the chat, was that every time I tried to create the name, I kept getting flagged for the word side piece in our Instagram tag.
Remember.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily
Sexual or
Facebook, 'cause
something.
yeah, like, I had the emails and things of that nature, but I couldn't get the Instagram. It would literally, as soon as I would create it, it would be immediately canceled out,
Oh my
and,
god.
like, restricted, and then the email was no longer a valid email to create anything anymore, so I had to keep trying to do it and try to figure out something different, and then we ended up just going with, Total Package Podcast, which of course, similar idea, packages and all that stuff, that we were the total
Yeah,
package in
exactly.
terms of a toy and all
That's the
that
whole
type of
idea.
stuff. But yeah, I just figured that's a good throwback to before the show when we were trying to create and
Oh
figure out
yeah.
what's going on from it. What's the more than a side piece? I think that would have been a fun name. We could probably, I don't know if like any acronym or anything of that nature. Is it acronym the word where you do just the letters?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
or
The
MT.
MPSP had.
Yeah, that type of stuff. Like that if
Mhm.
we had like that, if I had thought about doing that as our tag name or username, but then I wasn't sure if switching it in the username would then flag us. So I was
Oh
like, I think at
yeah.
that point, it was a real shame though. I would have really actually enjoyed keeping that name
Yeah.
from it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else from the show that was kind of interesting.
Ooh, fun ride. Yeah, that's really it. It's not much to go back to other than a fun time. A
Mm-hmm.
way for us to hang out, get together. So, and I definitely want to do more podcast stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I just don't know what exactly at this point. And it would be very, very niche to, I don't think I'd do anything like collecting wise. So,
Mm-hmm.
like it'd probably like in there, but not like the focal point. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I need to also like take care of my mush mouth.
I
Sometimes
have
I just mumble too much, man.
I have that similar thing too, because of I don't know what it is. I wouldn't say an accent per se, but I do say things weird. And when I first watched our series, not series, our first episodes back and whatnot from it, um, I do say words really odd. It doesn't seem to be as noticeable when when it's talking live, but when it's watching it back on recording, that's when it's kind of more noticeable. Because I don't think no one's ever really pointed out any of those things outside of my husband, who likes to point out that I'm saying everything wrong at all
Oh my.
times. But usually when I'm talking to someone in person, I don't know if they're just not saying anything because they're being nice and forgiving what I'm saying, or they just don't happen to notice as I'm saying it, because I don't know that I'm saying it weird until I hear it back. Then I hear myself saying it weird. I just didn't realize that I was.
Right, yeah.
But
I
yeah.
don't like listening to myself, so I'm sorry I haven't really gone back and listened to any.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I listened to a lot of the other ones just to kind of see how the flow was working. I was like really hardcore into it in the beginning because I want to see how the flow was working for the show, what things we could potentially like improve with it to make it kind of work, because I just wanted it to be like super successful and everyone just to have a good time with it from it, because it was a lot of learning at the beginning, because luckily we had a lot of help from a lot of the guys from the realm,
oh, definitely. Like
and
Dust and Jason Lowry, just to name a few. Yeah, a lot of help from them. Yeah, Jason, I feel like he was a powerhouse because he's done how many different shows?
Well, he was starting his own around the same time too, with
Yeah,
it as well. But just
nerds have spoken.
yeah, just and then all us individually reaching out to the people we knew. Like I did ask my husband a lot because he has the Force sensitive one, and I kind of like what he does with it and what he kind of experiences with it. And just overall, I know a lot of the other girls had reached out to a lot of the other guys in the realm too. And it's just kind of just getting the overall feel. And I think as you said before, it was just a really good learning experience from it. I don't think I would have. I've always kind of wanted to do it and try it out and see what it is, and I feel like I had to learn a lot. So I really hope to be able to do it again or something of that nature in the future with it personally.
If anything, I'd probably go with a lighter schedule. I think like the weekly thing is kind of grueling. I would personally do like bi-monthly or like
okay.
Monthly might be too infrequent, but
yeah,
I think bi-monthly would probably be good. Like just twice a month, do it like a really involved podcast of whatever topic. I think that's the only thing I'd change. Not like week after week. So,
mine more would be the not live so much, although live is great. You get the immediate feedback, you can kind of go with it, which is good for on the fly or kind of more improbable type podcasts. But for one that's more structure, I think having like the pre-recording, that way you have the full structure kind of laid out, you can edit accordingly as well. I think that kind of helps with it.
Yeah, I like that, but I think with the other people that were involved with us, I don't think they wanted that. I think it was just more supposed to be off the cuff and more of a hangout. So, but it's fine. Yeah, that is what it was, and yeah, I mean, it was fun. I know I said that already, but
no. Trying to think of anything else. I don't know. Do you have anything else to add? Enough. If not, we can end the night early. Well, our final show.
Thank you for everyone who has followed us and has been with us, adding to the chat and the conversation. It has been very fun. And appreciate you all. So definitely follow us individually and see what else we're doing. Hopefully more podcasts or something will be on the way. So yeah, appreciate you all. Thanks so much. That's really
I know there's not much. I'll still do all the shout outs for everyone because of course we have everyone's like thing from us. So I mean you already talked about yours, but if you want to mention it again one last time.
Yeah, so there's all my here you go. If you want to take like a screenshot or something, there's my all my social medias. I do have a Patreon. Hello. And Redbubble. They're all and just contact me if you want commissions, follow me, and just stay in touch. I will definitely be here. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna go away. It's just total package. We'll just be done. So.
Be done. Yeah. There's also the Nerds Have Spoken. They have their show every Thursday, and they've been doing their Saturday night meetups as well. So feel free to give them a follow or join up into their meetups if you want. Plus, there's a bunch of other Realm shows as well. I think it's every other day of the week there's another Realm show. So you definitely have people to talk to and be with each other and all that stuff. So everything's there. Dust, of course, does our music. It'll be the final time that we'll have it on the show as our goodbye music. So shout out to him for producing that and letting us use the music. We really appreciate letting us have that to use because, I mean, we didn't know what to play or anything of that nature. And having someone in the family to kind of support us and give us that was definitely amazing from it. So
super nice.
Listen
to so good too.
Yeah, listen to all his music. It's on almost all oh my god, streaming platforms. I don't know why I always mess this up. Like it's like my consistent thing that I can't do. It's like I feel like the pressure of like I'm giving like a presentation.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that. No, I got it.
It's like I'm not trying to be. I
So.
feel like I'm being an ass when I'm doing any of that type of stuff. But it just is what it is. Anywho,
Okay.
also Shelf Gravy every other Wednesday. I don't remember which one they're on. If they're on this week or on next week or off
Oh, I
next
don't
week
remember
or one off from
either.
that. But yeah, give them a follow. And of course a watch as well as they go over props and displays and customs and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I won't do our title cards because we won't really be around. I mean, you can reach out. I'll answer to any of those things if not. But you can follow, of course, it's Amsa Talk, but you can follow me on Quixotic Grims. That's my
There you go.
personal type of thing as well. Yeah, I was trying to find
Yeah.
right there. That's where I am. So you can reach out to me as well. I don't know what I'm going to be posting on anything. I also have Harvazoobles. I haven't actually posted on that in a while, but that's my dog and cats as well. So feel free to follow that. And maybe next year resolution, I'll try to get back onto any of that type of stuff and keep up with some of that content. I also want to shout out one last thing. I do love this title card. It's my favorite still. Good memories, if I could say anything.
Yeah.
So
it was fun to make, man.
Send you off with this good memory of something. So Ams, thanks for making that. It's definitely had a lot of fun with it. I enjoy it a lot. But yeah, we hope that you guys have a wonderful evening and a rest of the new year and this year and then New
Happy
Year.
Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and
enjoy with your family and being safe out there and actually just supporting us this whole time. We definitely really appreciate it. And it's sad that we have to go, but you know, it's not goodbye. It's just see you later.
Yeah. So
guys,
goodbye.
Goodbye.
One.